the 2012 legislative session kicks off today. From all accounts, this legislative session is expected to be brief. For the first time in many sessions, the legislature does not have a budget deficit crisis to deal with. So that allows these legislators to have a little bit more flexibility about which issues they'll deal with and how quickly they can wrap up. You know, of course, there are always interesting issues that they'll have to deal with, but from most accounts, they do expect to be finished early this year. Part of what drives that is the fact that this is an election year, so all 201 legislators will be up for election this fall. And not only will they be up for re-election, but they'll also be up for election in brand new legislative districts. Every 10 years, of course, the Constitution mandates that we have to redraw the legislative districts based on population shifts. So legislators will discover what their new districts look like in about mid-February, which will really add to their eagerness to get out of St. Paul and back to their home districts. With that in mind, MADA has an agenda this year that kind of sticks to the nuts and bolts of the car business. We've got a bill that will make it easier for dealers to get lien releases on old vehicles, older than 7 years old. We're trying to develop a way for dealers to get a title issued on a vehicle that has a missing title. Currently, the procedure that is prescribed by the statute is very expensive and time-consuming and complicated. We're trying to working with Driver and Vehicle Services to come up with a way that would allow dealers to get titles in these situations where a vehicle has a missing title in a more efficient way. Those are the items that we're pursuing in this short session. We're also watching a couple of bills that are brought by other interest groups. For instance, the automotive repair facilities in conjunction with the Insurance Federation. They have been working on a bill that would modify the requirements for when a damaged vehicle receives a salvage title brand. So we are staying close to that bill and hoping that we can work out some compromise on that particular bill. In addition, I'm also watching a bill brought by the Ramsey County Attorney's Office in response to the rising number of vehicle thefts in the state, or I guess maybe in Ramsey County. But at any rate, this bill provides for a much more aggressive form of regulation on scrap metal recyclers, and in particular it would require some additional identification for sellers of motor vehicles when they go to sell a vehicle to a scrap metal recycler, and some proof of ownership. So we are meeting with the Ramsey County Attorney's Office to make sure that this bill, as it progresses forward, still provides for a practical way for dealers to be able to sell discarded vehicles or old vehicles to a scrap metal recycler. And we'll, of course, keep you up to date on the progress of that bill. But if you see anything in your legislative agendas or newspapers or anything that you'd like more information on, please feel free to contact us.